street.
Cracking the sentry code requires the patience of a child.
The patience of a child?
What does that have to do with anything in this room?
Guys, child.
Guys,
Guys.
there's no children here. What?
No.
Okay, when I was a child in preschool, I used to take off my cute little shoes and then put them in a cubby. Guys, patience of a child, cubby, preschool, shoes, cubby.
Numbers.
Okay, there's numbers.
Numbers.
We have to get inside the code.
Hold on. I remember seeing something. You said century, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Century safe. Here it is, right here.
Safe. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, those are the numbers. The numbers for the code. Guys, come on.
Okay, so we gotta get, okay, so there's a bunch of different codes that we're able to do.
You guys give me some numbers.
Okay, there's, here's go 5, 1, 2, 6.
Try 5126.
Okay,
Guys, can you just figure
is
it
that
out?
right?
No.
Well, okay,
He says century. You say numbers. Can you
okay,
figure it out?
2733. Try 2733.
That's some come.
We're gonna get out, Ready?
We have 6.
Got it.
We're gonna ride time. That's the clock doesn't even work, Madison. All right, 6, 5, 3, 9. Time.
Okay.
Oh.
No, okay. 6, 5,
6,
3,
5,
9.
We're gonna run out of time. We
9.
don't even
No.
know time. No. Okay,
Madison,
it's
Madison,
1, 2.
be patient. Don't worry, we're gonna get through it all.
We are?
Because you know why?
Why?
Because God is the Lord of all.
Whoa! Hey there, guys! Whoa, I'm Extreme Dude. So glad to see you today. Hey, let's check in with Commander Larry and see what our verse is for today.
Yes, our verse is found in Deuteronomy 7:9. Know therefore that the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commandments.
Aw, dude, love it. Okay, so like last night I was out looking up in the sky and I was like, oh, look at all those cool stars. So I started counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dude, there's a lot of stars up there. So I'm like, Pastor Tony, can you teach us the really cool way to count every single star in the sky? Well, Extreme Dude, we are talking about stars, but I'm not going to teach you the secret of how to count all the stars in the sky. Because I don't know how to count all the stars in the sky. But I do know that God made them all. In fact, we're going to be looking in the Big God Story, our Bibles, about how God used stars as an example to challenge a man by the name of Abraham. You see, we've been reading through the Big God Story, and we start off finding out that God made everything, and Adam and Eve, the first two people that were made, they messed up and they sinned. But God provided a way so we can have a relationship with him through Jesus, because God redeems. Then we found out this guy named Noah, he actually was saved by God because God keeps his word, God keeps his promises. We know God's always going to take care of us. And he saved him using the ark from a worldwide flood. So now hundreds of years go by, and there's another guy who shows up, and his name is Abraham. And Abraham, he's got a family. He was probably a pretty wealthy guy. He was living with his wife Sarah in a land called Ur. Yeah, that's kind of a funny name, isn't it? Ur, U-R. Okay, and on one day, God told him to pack up his family and move to a new land. Really? Yeah, a new land, a promised land, if you will. And so God promised that if he went, he would make him into a great nation. So Abraham, he kind of took a risk. He had faith that God was going to take care of him. You see, because God is Lord of all. That's what we're learning today. God is Lord of all. So Moses, he packs up all of the stuff. It's not like getting on an airplane like we do today. They didn't have U-Hauls and budget trucks and all the other things that are out there for moving people. They had to pack everything up and slowly move their family, all of their livestock, their herds, their tents, all of the people who worked for them, and they moved. Literally clear into a whole nother area to see what God had for them. Now, God had made a promise that Abraham would be a father of many nations. The only problem was Abraham was 75 years old and he didn't have any kids. How's he going to be a father of a lot of nations, a lot of people, if he doesn't have any kids? Well, he had to have faith. But after 10 years of waiting, he was starting to wonder, is this ever going to happen? Now I'm getting older and older and older. And then he waits even longer. And God's promising, nope, I'm going to be there for you. You just got to have faith, because God is Lord of all. And another 15 years go by. Now Abraham is 100 years old, and Sarah, she's 90. They're getting pretty old to have kids, right? Yeah, can you imagine your great-grandparents having kids right now? But the Lord keeps his word. The Lord is Lord of all. And all of a sudden, Abraham and Sarah, they had a baby. The baby's name was Isaac. And from Isaac, generations later, would come Jesus, who provided salvation for all of us, that we're all part of God's family. We're all part of God's family because Abraham believed in God. Abraham had that relationship, and Abraham understood that God is Lord of all. Boys and girls, you need to trust God. You need to have faith in God. Even when things seem to be taking a long time, you're like, I don't know why this is happening. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. It's okay, because God is Lord of all. He's got you taken care of. He's got your steps prepared. He knows a plan for your life. God is Lord of all. Back to you, Extreme Dude.
Dude, that's so good. Whoa, good to know that God is Lord of all. All right, guys, this is Extreme Dude. I'll catch you guys next time on the Extreme Bible Challenge.